Comic books. Guess what? I like comic books. If you stumbled upon this channel, at least for more than a second, you probably know that about me. Besides filmmaking, comic books are really just my one true love. I mean, I love reading them, I love talking about them, I love using them as toilet paper. Just kidding. The fun thing about this community is that everybody has such a distinctive voice and opinion about comic books. And these opinions can be very different from one another, and can lead to a lot of backlash in the community. Since my goal for 2026 is to release at least one video per month, I decided to go onto my socials and ask you guys what are some of your comic book hot takes. And I got no responses from YouTube. But at least I got League of Comic Geeks to help me, because I got a bunch of responses to go over today from that app. So thank you for everyone who responded, and I cannot wait to go through these. For my next video essay, I will be reacting to the Avengers Doomsday teasers and give my thoughts on them, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Did I kind of steal this video idea from TroyoBoyo17? Yes, I most certainly did, but hey, there are some really interesting takes in here to go over. So let's start with... Starting off, Zeta Prime said, Civil War II is a pretty good event. If you look at the story as part of Nick Spencer's Captain America run, then I think it mostly works. Through that context, you can see that Hydra Cap was manipulating the conflict for him to rise in power for the Secret Empire event. Also, I do like the themes behind Civil War II with the idea of purity testing people if they can join in the in-group, which at the time, there was a lot of that going around during the publication of that story in the real world. This is really interesting because, in my opinion, I really don't like this event. I'm sorry, it's not really good. It definitely was made because of MCU synergy, because this came out in 2016, and you know what else came out in 2016? Captain America: Civil War. So definitely a lot of comic synergy there. And I really don't like how the MCU handles that, because they always just change the characters to fit their movie persona. And yeah, sometimes I get it. Nobody gives a shit about the Guardians pre-2014. Everybody loves those movies, and why not just make them like they are in the movies for the comics? And I do like a lot of modern-day Guardians of the Galaxy comics, so Marvel, you got me right there. Honestly, I just really don't like this comic because of the character assassination for both Tony Stark, but especially Carol Danvers, who acts like a forced conflict that lacks the nuance of its predecessor, and the story just relies on a flawed predictive justice system premise that results in the deaths of major heroes, including Bruce Banner, and just leaves characters unlikable, and just, I don't know, man, it's just not a good story. But hey, all the power to you for liking this comic, and there's some great reason behind this. And Secret Empire is a pretty fun event for the most part. I like that the whole Marvel universe is just fighting against evil Hydra Cap. So, good stuff here. We also got another hot take from Zeta Prime saying that New 52 was a great version of the character and was overhated. I don't know about this one, Chief.
The dog, loser! You took the dog!
I do have to agree with Zeta Prime in the fact that I feel like New 52 Superman was a lot of missed potential, because I feel like he was just like not handled very well, and kind of was just, all of his stories were just kind of rewritten to be more brooding and less heroic. So all of these writers at the time just tried to make Superman a more colorful Batman in a sense, but not even there, like not even in personality. He was just like Batman 2.0. He is very similar to his Golden Age counterpart, where he fought against fascist corporations, corrupt cops, and the military-industrial complex, arms dealers, fascist alien invaders, and alien colonizers, which is all pretty neat, you know? I totally agree with him saying that New 52 Superman is just Golden Age Superman for the modern day, and I think that's super neat and all, and we're kind of getting this with the Absolute Superman book right now from Jason Aaron. But I don't know, man, there are just some aspects that I just can't get over. Like, I don't like his relationship with Wonder Woman. I really don't like that Ma and Pa Kent got murdered when he was a teenager. Like, come on, you're really not putting away those Batman comparisons right there. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm kind of glad pre-New 52 Superman came back after a while. And I really like the Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason run. You should read it. It's really good. Moving on, Titan Sammy said, Wolverine is lame. He is a fake tough guy trying to impress a lady. Yeah, I completely agree with this, 100%. I love Wolverine and all, but there are just so many other cool X-Men members. Like, even as a kid, I was like, yeah, Wolverine's fine and all, but come on, give a movie to Gambit or Cyclops. They're a million times cooler than him. I feel like it also doesn't help that they completely oversaturated him in the movies. Like, I don't know, after a while, I really got tired of him. I hope when the MCU reboots after Secret Wars, they give Wolverine kind of a little bit of a break. Like, I don't know, give him a Disney Plus special or something. Or they make Laura Kinney the main Wolverine. That'd be pretty cool. Either way, if there's one thing I don't want them adapting, it's the fucking Jean, Scott, and Logan love triangle. Like, oh my god, this is one thing I absolutely hate. Like, at least in the Chris Claremont run, Jean got killed after a while, so that means Scott and Logan could do separate things than gooning for the same woman. Like, oh my god, this is just something I don't care about. Love triangles can be cool, but not this one, okay? Logan's just always a fucking creep. Anyways, speaking of something less creepy, let's talk about this Spider Knights comic book recommendation of the day. Yeah! Anyways, I'm gonna recommend Chris Claremont's X-Men run. You don't have to read it all, but I would highly recommend reading a good chunk of it. Maybe like 50 issues or something. It's really good. It is very slow-paced and character-focused, so if you have an attention span longer than a TikTok Zoomer baby, then you'll love this comic. Go check it out. There's a bunch of epic collections, probably some omnibuses, or just fucking pirate it. I really don't care. You need to read this shit for yourself. Next we got Absolute Serena, who says, I Am Not Starfire is a great comic that only has a negative reception due to the rampant wave of weird bigots that were posting on YouTube at the time. You know, I've actually never read this comic before, so let's read this really fast before I can form an actual opinion on it.
1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
And after finishing this book, what did I think about this YA graphic novel made for like 12-year-olds? It was fine. I mean, I don't know. I didn't seem to form any relatability to this book since this was made for people way younger than me. Also, I feel like Starfire was a weird character for this story. Like, I feel like you could have fit any other DC female character into this book and it would have been fine. Like, why not use Wonder Woman? She's one of the main pillars of DC for shit's sakes. I mean, come on. Not only is she the first female superhero, but also she has a kid in the comics right now. Granted, the less said about Tom King's Wonder Woman run, the better. I'm glad this book has its fans, but it just wasn't for me. But what the fuck is up with all these guys above the age of 40 shitting on this book? Like, come on, it's a book made for like 12-year-old girls. I don't think you're the target audience for this. Just read something from the Bronze Age, okay? Next we got Donscope, who says Absolute Batman is one of the best comics on shelves right now. But that says way more about the current state of comics than it does about how good the book is. I completely agree with this. Absolute Batman is amazing. And the fact that we have a book like this coming out every month is insane. And the fact that it continues to get so much worldwide acclaim. Like, come on, fucking Method Man is talking about this book? Like, that's gotta be saying something. Especially with that Abomination story arc, which is one of my favorite Batman stories in the last couple years alone. Like, oh my god, like, mainline Batman could never do any of this shit. Even though I do really like the Matt Fraction run coming out right now. Go check that out. And it feels really refreshing to be a DC fan with the Absolute Universe, because each of these books are different and unique in its own ways. And I've been loving all of them. Except for Absolute Superman. I'm sorry, this book just isn't for me. They're not doing anything interesting to draw me in. Like, come on, use fucking Superman villains. I like Ra's al Ghul, but why the fuck is he in a Superman book? I thought that reveal at the end of issue 7 that he was in charge of Lazarus was like the weirdest fucking thing ever. Again, I love Ra's al Ghul. Put him in Absolute Batman, but why the fuck is he here?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
Anyways, if you haven't read Absolute Batman, go check it out. Even though it's popular as fuck, it's popular for a reason, and it's really, really good. And not only do I own the whole series in single issues, but they're all first printings. And yep, that's right, I own an Absolute Batman #1 first printing. Yeah, these books are gonna make my future kids go to college. Next we got Booster Gold IRL, who said Absolute Batman is not the best Absolute comic.
Whoa, 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 hey.
It's third. Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Martian Manhunter run laps around it. Yeah, I completely agree with this. I can totally see where she's coming from, because even though I don't like Absolute Wonder Woman as much as I do Absolute Batman, it is really fucking close though. Both books are really, really good, but I have to give Batman the slight edge. The slightest of slight edges. Don't use that out of context. Don't you dare. However, I do completely agree with Absolute Martian Manhunter. This book is the best Absolute title by a mile. It's just so fucking good, man. The book is a 12-issue miniseries, and I believe issue number 9 comes out next Wednesday at the time of recording this. And so, if the book sticks the landing, this might be regarded as one of the best DC stories of the past decade. Heck, maybe even of all time in my opinion. Just everything it does is so unique and different. I just love it so much. I say this about every Absolute title, but oh my god, man. Ugh! Dennis Camp and Javier Rodriguez might be one of my favorite creative teams of all time. Put them on a fucking ongoing together, They might do Doom Patrol, that's a huge rumor right now, but oh my god, I'll read anything the two make together. You know what? Fuck Chris Claremont's X-Men. I'm a DC guy through and through. This is the new Spider-Knight comic book recommendation of the week. If there's one thing you come out watching this video, it's that you need to pick up this trade. Hell, pick up the single issues. I know there's a big Absolute reprinting coming out in March, so just read this story for yourself. Don't read it online, it's 100 times better physically. Next we got Nilly, who said Jason Todd should be back in a coffin pronto. I agree with this to some extent. I don't think they should kill him off per se, because I feel like that'd be really generic, because they already killed him off before in the 80s. But instead, they should just give him something to fucking do in main continuity. He was supposed to get an ongoing during the DC All-In initiative. However, that got canceled after one issue after the writer said some interesting opinions online. And it's not even the Charlie Kirk stuff, it's just like the fucking 9/11. Like, oh my god, what the hell is this woman on?
That was really bad.
But I've always loved Jason Todd. He's the black sheep of the Bat family, and you can tell a lot of interesting stories with him nowadays. Either put him on an insert random DC team that hasn't had an ongoing in a while, so let's just say Metal Men? I don't know. Or give him a new ongoing series. For my dream writer, I would love to see Chip Zdarsky write Jason. He once wrote him during the short-lived Batman sub-series Batman Urban Legends, where he told a story using Jason Todd that is really, really fucking good. I just hope DC doesn't leave him to the wayside to give him the occasional one-shot every 3 years and do absolutely nothing with him. Maybe a cameo in an event once in a while, but oh my god, just do something with him. However, we did just get the announcement of a new Teen Titans ongoing. Not a book called New Teen Titans, a new Teen Titans book, if that makes sense. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Jason Todd is the leader of that, and he's going to be mentoring a new generation of heroes. Granted, yes, a lot of them are OCs, but come on, I'm just excited to have a new Teen Titans ongoing. We haven't had one since 2022? What the fuck? Anyone complaining about the current state of comics as a whole needs to read more indie books. There are plenty of issues with Marvel and DC, but the independent space is crushing it right now. And there are so many great books that people are missing out on. 100% agree with this. Indie comics are absolutely crushing it right now in the big 2026. I was gonna go on this huge rant about the biggest flaws with Marvel and DC right now, but honestly, this video is getting way too long for its own good, and I still need to edit this all. So I'll leave you with this. All of the big problems with superhero comics that, oh, they're too hard to get into, unlike manga, where you start off with the first volume and go from there. Indie comics are the same like that. You start off with the first issue, and then move on to finish the rest of the series. Enough said. This last hot take comes from Status, who says, not to cause any drama or anything, but Spider-Man is the most oversaturated character in comics right now. People are gonna say, what about Batman or even Superman? But then why is Spider-Man always involved in another comic, always getting relaunched? And why do a number of Spider-Man comics starting to feel like they either drag or generally aren't that great? Yeah, I agree with this. On one hand, yes, there are way too many Spider-Man books, but compared to a character like Batman, who has like 3 ongoings starring himself, while each different Spider-Man ongoing typically stars a different Spider-Person, and it really has been a while since we had a secondary book starring Peter Parker. However, at the same time, Spider-Man is just a character who just won't progress anymore. Like, he just goes through the same cycle over and over and over again. And even when it does happen in an alternate universe book, it gets canceled after 24 issues. Like, what's up with that, Marvel? Honestly, Spider-Man just feels like a mascot more than anything in the big 26. Kinda like Mickey Mouse, because everybody loves Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, you love Spider-Man, everybody does. And just like Mickey Mouse, you'll probably buy some merchandise with him on it. And we wrapped up with all the hot takes. Thank you so much for watching me reacting to these superhero hot takes. I'm gonna go watch some Super Sentai or something. Call me again when I have to post a monthly upload. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, read some goddamn comic books today.